Love doesn't rush us anymore. It sits calmly like a familiar cup, teaching my heart how to slow down. Happiness isn't something we chase. It arrives when we stop trying to name it. You talk about the future like it's a living thing, not distant or perfect, just waiting patiently. I listen, imagining years unfolding gently. Mistakes included, laughter unplanned. Love grows stronger in ordinary hours, in mornings without promises, in nights when nothing needs fixing. Every dream feels safer when spoken aloud. Every fear smaller when you stay. We don't pretend tomorrow is easy. We just believe it's ours to walk through. Happiness learns our rhythm slowly, step by step, moment by moment. If the world ever asks what kept us steady, I'll say it was the way we stayed present. Not chasing forever, not fearing change, just choosing each other again and again. Love tastes richer when shared honestly, slightly bitter, deeply warm, unforgettable. And when time eventually tests our patience, we'll remember this quiet beginning, where futures were whispered, not shouted, and happiness felt like home.
You've been tomorrow in your hands. There's something gentle about how we start our days. No grand plans, no loud expectation. Love feels different when it's grown slowly, when it learns your habits and stays anyway. Happiness arrives disguised as comfort, as knowing where to rest your heart. We talk about tomorrow without fear now, not because it's certain, but because we trust ourselves. The future isn't a finish line, it's a road that bends, and we're walking it together. Love teaches patience in quiet ways, and listening more than speaking, and choosing kindness over being right. I see our years shaped by small decisions, by showing up when it matters, by staying when leaving is easier. Even uncertainty feels softer with you near, like clouds that never fully block the light. Happiness isn't perfection, it's consistency. It's warmth returning every morning. If time ever tries to pull us apart, we'll remember why we started. Not for guarantees, not for certainty, but for the feeling of belonging. Love doesn't promise forever, it creates it slowly. Honestly. And when the future finally arrives, I hope it looks like this moment, calm, warm, and quietly full. We didn't fall into love suddenly. It arrived carefully, like it knew the risk. Step by step, moment by moment, learning what staying really is. Happiness came without announcement. No fireworks, no dramatic sign, just a steady calm settling into my life. Right on time. You talk about the future like a shared language, something we're still learning to speak. Not perfect sentences, not bold declarations, just honesty, patient and deep. Love shows itself in how we listen, in how we leave room to grow, and choosing understanding over certainty, and letting control go. Time moves differently when you're near me. Not faster, just more clear. The years ahead don't feel overwhelming. They feel possible here. Happiness isn't waiting at the end of the road. It walks beside us now, in simple routines and repeated kindness, and every quiet vow. If the world ever shifts beneath our feet and plans begin to fade, we'll rebuild with familiar warmth, with the trust we've already made. Love doesn't need grand proof of forever. It just keeps showing up, day after day, choice after choice, filling the same shared cup. And when tomorrow finally becomes today, I hope it feels like this space. Sunrest, honest, gently alive, with happiness written across your face.
We didn't rush into love like it was something to conquer. We let it arrive the way warm slowly fills a quiet space, naturally and without force. Happiness found us when we stopped measuring time and started sharing it, when the future stopped feeling like pressure and began to feel like possibility. Sitting together, talking about tomorrow. We didn't promise perfection, only presence, only the intention to keep seeing each other, even when certainty fades. Love grows differently when it's allowed to be patient. Shaped by listening more than speaking, by understanding instead of control. The future isn't loud in our hands. It's calm, it's steady, it's built from ordinary mornings and evenings. therapy without losing meaning. Happiness doesn't demand excitement, it settles in a routine and turns it into comfort. Every shared moment adds depth, every quiet pause strengthens what words can. Even when doubt appears, it never feels stronger than what we've already built. Because love isn't fragile when it's honest. The years ahead don't scare me anymore. They feel open, like a road we're walking without needing to see the end. If someone asks what keeps us grounded, I'd say it's the way love stays gentle, the way happiness doesn't rush, and the way the future feels softer when imagined together. One calm moment leading naturally and into the next.
Happiness arrives in subtle ways, often unnoticed at first, settling into daily rhythm until it feels inseparable from living itself. Love doesn't announce its presence loudly. It reveals itself through consistency, through the comfort of shared pauses and unspoken understanding. When we imagine the future, it doesn't feel distant or overwhelming. It feels close, shaped by moments that already exist. Love matures through time, through choosing patience over urgency, through allowing space for growth without fear. There is warmth and familiarity in returning to the same place emotionally and finding it deeper rather than dull. Happiness grows from that return, from knowing that stability doesn't mean stagnation. The future isn't something we wait for, it's something we participate in, guided by intention rather than expectation. Love remains flexible, strong enough to adapt to circumstances change, grounded enough to remain steady. Even when uncertainty appears, it doesn't disrupt what we've built. It simply becomes another part of the journey we share. Happiness stays because it's rooted in presence, in the way we remain connected through ordinary time. Love doesn't promise clarity, it offers continuity, and the future feels welcoming because it's shaped by that promise, unfolding naturally as we continue forward together.
didn't need to be chased because it was already here. We speak about the future with quiet confidence, not because it's clear, but because we trust ourselves to adapt, to grow, to remain kind even when things shift. Happiness lives in the rhythm we've created, in consistency rather than intensity, in knowing where we belong when the day ends. Love becomes stronger when it accepts imperfection, when it understands that tomorrow will change us but won't separate us. The future doesn't ask us to be fearless, only present, only willing to continue. Every shared plan feels flexible, alive, human. Even uncertainty feels lighter when faced together, because the love turns unknowns into shared ground. Happiness doesn't wait at some distant milestone. It repeats itself quietly in small choices, in showing up, in listening and staying as time moves forward. I don't imagine grand moments, I imagine continuity, warmth, understanding deepening over years. Love isn't something we finish building, it's something we keep becoming. And the future feels kind because it's shaped by that belief, by happiness that doesn't fade, but settles deeper with time.
There's a calm that comes from knowing love doesn't require urgency, that happiness doesn't disappear if it isn't constantly named. We move through time without rushing, allowing the future to remain flexible, shaped by intention rather than expectation. Love grows in the absence of performance, in the moments when nothing is demanded and everything is understood. When we imagine tomorrow, it doesn't feel distant or idealized. It feels reachable, grounded in who we already are. Happiness forms in repetition, in shared understanding that deepens rather than dulls with time. Love isn't built from dramatic moments, it's built from consistency, from choosing warmth when indifference would be easier. The future doesn't scare us because it doesn't feel like a test. It feels like a continuation, a space where growth is allowed to be imperfect. Even when paths shift, love remains adaptable, strong enough to bend without breaking. Happiness doesn't arrive all at once, it accumulates, layering itself into memory until it becomes something solid. The future feels steady because it's carried forward by trust, by mutual respect, by the quiet confidence that comes from staying. Love isn't something we reach, it's something we sustain. And happiness stays because it's rooted in that understanding, moving forward with us, naturally and without resistance.
Love found its way into my life without urgency, without force, settling quietly until it felt natural to stay. Happiness emerged not as a peak, but as balance, as the realization that peace can be just as fulfilling as excitement. When we imagine the future, we don't frame it as something to conquer, we see it as something to experience, something that responds to how gently we move through it. Love strengthens when it's grounded in an understanding, when it's given room to adapt instead of being confined by expectation. From the willingness to remain open. Even when certainty is absent, the future doesn't need to be predictable to feel safe. It only needs trust. Happiness stays because it's rooted in presence, not anticipation. But by practice, by the quiet decision to remain connected. As time continues, the future feels alive, responsive and open, shaped by care, by patience, and by the steady warmth that comes from choosing each other again and again.
Love didn't begin as a feeling I tried to define. It began as comfort, as the ease of sitting together while time passed without being noticed. Happiness followed in the form of calm, not excitement, not celebration, but the steady sense that nothing was missing. When we speak about the future, it feels less like planning and more like imagining, letting possibilities exist without pressure. Love grows stronger when it isn't rushed, when it's allowed to settle and deepen naturally, shaped by patience, Happiness lives in that space, in the simplicity of presence, in knowing that being here is enough. The future doesn't appear as a single vision. It unfolds gradually, responding to the choices we make without force. Love adapts as we do, learning new forms as time moves forward. Never demanding perfection, only sincerity. Even uncertainty feels lighter when it's shared, because trust softens the unknown. Happiness doesn't disappear with repetition. It becomes more reliable, more deeply rooted. Love isn't proven through grand gestures. It's sustained through continuity, through showing up even when nothing extraordinary is happening. The future feels gentle because it's built on that steadiness, on warmth that doesn't fade, on a connection that continues quietly, carrying us forward without resistance. Happy slowly becoming us. Love didn't arrive as a moment I could point to. It formed gradually, played through time until it felt inseparable from the rhythm of my days. Happiness followed in a quieter way, not as excitement, but as reassurance. The feeling that I no longer needed to search for meaning elsewhere. When we speak about the future, it doesn't sound like a promise or a demand. It sounds like openness, like leaving space for growth and change without fear. Love matures when it's allowed to evolve, when it accepts that certainty isn't required to remain strong. The future feels less intimidating when it's imagined as something flexible, shaped by intention rather than rigid plans. Happiness lives in how we respond to ordinary moments, in the comfort of knowing that staying is a choice we continue to make. Love becomes steady when it's built on patience, when it understands that depth comes from time rather than intensity. Even uncertainty feels manageable when it's shared, because trust turns questions into opportunity. The future doesn't feel distant anymore. It feels present, unfolding naturally as we move forward together. Happiness doesn't fade with repetition. It deepens, becoming something reliable and calm. Love isn't a destination we reach, it's a state we nurture. The future feels kind because it grows from that care, carrying us forward without resistance.
Morning begins the same way every day now, with the quiet sound of you breathing beside me, and the soft warmth rising between our hands. Love doesn't rush us anymore. It's sits calmly like a familiar cup, teaching my heart how to slow down. Happiness isn't something we chase, it arrives when we stop trying to name it. You talk about the future like it's a living thing, not distant or perfect, just waiting patiently. I listen, imagining years unfolding gently, mistakes included, laughter unplanned, love grows stronger in ordinary hours, in mornings without promises, in nights when nothing needs fixing. Every dream feels safer when spoken aloud, every fear smaller when you stay. We don't pretend tomorrow is easy, we just believe it's ours to walk through. Happiness learns our rhythm slowly, step by step, moment by moment. If the world ever asks what kept us steady, I'll say it was the way we stayed present, not chasing forever, not fearing change, just choosing each other again and again. Love tastes richer when shared honestly, slightly bitter, deeply warm, unforgettable. And when time eventually tests our patience, we'll remember this quiet beginning, where futures were whispered, not shouted, and happiness felt like home.
The day opens slowly like it knows our names. No rush in the air, no need to perform. Love settles into the space between us, comfortable, steady, naturally warm. Happiness doesn't arrive as excitement, it feels more like relief, like realizing you don't have to search anymore, that something good chose to stay. You speak about the future with calm certainty, not confidence but trust, not everything planned, not everything clear, just a belief that we'll adjust. I imagine you're shaped by ordinary courage, by choosing honesty when it's hard. Love grows deeper when it's allowed to be human, when it's not trying to be art. Every shared moment adds quiet weight, small but impossible to replace. We learn each other in subtle ways, in pauses, in how long we stay. Happiness finds us in repetition, in mornings that don't surprise. It lives in how your presence softens the world, in the future reflected in your eyes. If doubt ever knocks on our door, we won't pretend it doesn't exist. We'll face it together patiently, knowing love survives moments like this. The future isn't bright because it's easy, it's gentle because it's real, built from patience, forgiveness, and time, from everything we choose to feel. And if someone asks what kept us grounded, I'll say it was never one thing. It was warmth, it was faith, it was quiet mornings, and the way happiness learned how to breathe. Bound tomorrow in your hands. There's something gentle about how we start our days. No grand plans, no loud expectations. Love feels different when it's grown slowly, when it learns your habits and stays anyway. Happiness arrives disguised as comfort, as knowing where to rest your heart. We talk about tomorrow without fear now, not because it's certain, but because we trust ourselves. The future isn't a finish line, it's a road that bends, and we're walking it together. Love teaches patience and quiet ways, in listening more than speaking, and choosing kindness over being right. I see our years shaped by small decisions, by showing up when it matters, by staying when leaving is easier. Even uncertainty feels softer with you near, like clouds that never fully block the light. Happiness isn't perfection, it's consistency. It's warmth returning every morning. If time ever tries to pull us apart, we'll remember why we started. Not for guarantees, not for certainty, but for the feeling of belonging. Love doesn't promise forever, it creates it slowly, honestly. And when the future finally arrives, I hope it looks like this moment. Calm, warm, and quietly full. We didn't fall into love suddenly. It arrived carefully, like it knew the risk. Step by step, moment by moment, learning what staying really is. Happiness came without announcement, no fireworks, no dramatic sign, just a steady calm settling into my life, right on time. You talk about the future like a shared language, something we're still learning to speak. Not perfect sentences, not bold declarations, just honesty, patient and deep. Love shows itself in how we listen, in how we leave room to grow, in choosing understanding over certainty, in letting control go. Time moves differently when you're near me. don't feel overwhelming. They feel possible here. Happiness isn't waiting at the end of the road. It walks beside us now, in simple routines, in repeated kindness, in every quiet vow. If the world ever shifts beneath our feet and plans begin to fade, we'll rebuild with familiar warmth, with the trust we've already made. Love doesn't need grand proof of forever, it just keeps showing up, day after day, choice after choice, filling the same shared cup. And when tomorrow finally becomes today, I hope it feels like this space. Unrushed, honest, gently alive, with happiness written across your face.
We didn't rush into love like it was something to conquer. We let it arrive the way warm slowly fills a quiet space, naturally and without force. Happiness found us when we stopped measuring time and started sharing it. When the future stopped feeling like pressure and began to feel like possibility. Sitting together talking about tomorrow, we didn't promise perfection, only presence, only the intention to keep choosing each other even when certainty fades. Love grows differently when it's allowed to be patient, when it's shaped by listening more than speaking, by understanding instead of control. Every shared moment adds depth, every quiet pause strengthens what words can. Even when doubt appears, it never feels stronger than what we've already built. Ooh, because love isn't fragile when it's honest. The years ahead don't scare me anymore. They feel open like a road we're walking without needing to see the end. If someone asks what keeps us grounded, I'd say it's the way love stays gentle, the way happiness doesn't rush, and the way the future feels softer when imagined together. One calm moment leading naturally into the next.
Happiness arrives in subtle ways, often unnoticed at first, settling into daily rhythm until it feels inseparable from living itself. Love doesn't announce its presence loudly. It reveals itself through consistency, through the comfort of shared pauses and unspoken understanding. When we imagine the future, it doesn't feel distant or overwhelming. It feels close, shaped by moments that already exist. Love matures through time, through choosing patience over urgency, through allowing space for growth without fear. There is warmth in familiarity, in returning to the same place emotionally, and finding it deeper rather than dull. Happiness grows from the return, from knowing that stability doesn't mean stagnation. The future isn't something we wait for, it's something we participate in, guided by intention rather than expectation. Love remains flexible, strong enough to adapt as circumstances change, grounded enough to remain steady even when uncertainty appears. It doesn't disrupt what we've built, it simply becomes another part of the journey we share. Happiness stays because it's rooted in presence, in the way we remain connected through ordinary time. Love doesn't promise clarity, it offers continuity, and the future feels welcoming because it's shaped by that promise, unfolding naturally as we continue forward together.
Love didn't arrive as certainty, it arrived as calm, as a feeling that staying was more natural than leaving. That happiness didn't need to be chased because it was already here. We speak about the future with quiet confidence, not because it's clear, but because we trust ourselves to adapt, to grow, to remain kind, even when things shift. Happiness lives in the rhythm we've created, in consistency rather than intensity, in knowing where we belong when the day ends. Love becomes stronger when it accepts imperfection, when it understands that tomorrow will change us but won't separate us. The future doesn't ask us to be fearless, only present, only willing to continue. Every shared plan feels flexible, alive, human. Even uncertainty feels lighter when faced together, because love turns unknowns into shared ground. Happiness doesn't wait at some distant milestone, it repeats itself quietly in small choices, in showing up, in listening, and staying. As time moves forward, I don't imagine grand moments, I imagine continuity. understanding deepening over years. Love isn't something we finish building, it's something we keep becoming. And then the future feels kind because it's shaped by that belief, by happiness that doesn't fade, but settles deeper with time.
Yeah, but we carry forward. There's a calm that comes from knowing love doesn't require urgency, that happiness doesn't disappear if it isn't constantly named. We move through time without rushing, allowing the future to remain flexible, shaped by intention rather than expectation. Love grows in the absence of performance, in the moments when nothing is demanded and everything is understood. When we imagine tomorrow, it doesn't feel distant or idealized, it feels reachable, grounded in who we already are. Happiness forms in repetition, shared ambition, and in shared understanding that deepens rather than dulls with time. Love isn't built from dramatic moments, it's built from consistency, from choosing warmth when indifference would be easier. The future doesn't scare us because it doesn't feel like a test. It feels like a continuation, a space where growth is allowed to be imperfect. Even when paths shift, love remains adaptable, strong enough to bend without breaking. Happiness doesn't arrive all at once, it accumulates, layering itself into memory until it becomes something solid. The future feels steady because it's carried forward by trust, by mutual respect, by the quiet confidence that comes from staying. Love isn't something we reach, it's something we sustain. And happiness stays because it's rooted in that understanding, moving forward with us naturally and without resistance.
Love found its way into my life without urgency, without force, settling quietly until it felt natural to stay. Happiness emerged not as a peak, but as balance, as the realization that peace can be just as fulfilling as excitement. When we imagine the future, we don't frame it as something to conquer, we see it as something to experience, something that responds to how gently we move through it. Love strengthens when it's grounded in understanding, when it's given room to adapt instead of being confined by expectation. The future consistency. In the comfort of familiarity that doesn't dull but reassures, love learns how to last when it's built from mutual respect, from the willingness to remain open even when certainty is absent. The future doesn't need to be predictable to feel safe. It only needs trust. Happiness stays because it's rooted in presence, not anticipation.
Didn't begin as a feeling I tried to define. It began as comfort, as the ease of sitting together while time passed without being noticed. Happiness followed in the form of calm, not excitement, not celebration, but the steady sense that nothing was missing. When we speak about the future, it feels less like planning and more like imagining, letting possibilities exist without pressure. Love grows stronger when it isn't rushed, when it's allowed to settle and deepen naturally, shaped by patience rather than intensity. There is something grounding about sharing quiet moments, about letting warmth rise slowly between us as conversation drifts without direction. Happiness lives in that space, in the simplicity of presence, in knowing that being here is enough. The future doesn't appear as a single vision. It unfolds gradually, responding to the choices we make without force. Love adapts as we do, learning new forms as time moves forward. Never demanding perfection, only sincerity. Even uncertainty feels lighter when it's shared, because trust softens the unknown. Happiness doesn't disappear with repetition. It becomes more reliable, more deeply rooted. Love isn't proven through grand gestures, it's sustained through continuity, through showing up even when nothing extraordinary is happening. The future feels gentle because it's built on that steadiness, on warmth that doesn't fade, on a connection that continues quietly, carrying us forward without resistance.